President Trump has been telling us for years that they've been rigging these elections here in the U.S.
Just make sure your vote gets counted. Make sure, because the only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. Remember that. It's the only way we're going to lose this election. So we have to be very careful. Now look, this is more than this election. That's a big statement. The only way they're going to win is that way, and we can't let that happen.
I don't give a damn that you don't want to believe them. Your belief is not necessary. So perhaps us going into Venezuela is not just about oil. Now, you guys can miss me with all the fake outrage, because when Schumer and Biden was calling for the ousting of Maduro, I didn't hear Democrats say anything.
Who I've met is a dictator, plain and simple. The Venezuelan people need our support to recover their democracy and rebuild their country. I'll use sanctions as one of the tools for a comprehensive strategy that includes humanitarian assistance, international pressure, and support for democratic actors in Venezuela to force the regime to embark on the road to a free and fair election.
He brags about all these things he wants to do or is doing, but his actions belie his words. Maybe the best metaphor was his claim to bring democracy to Venezuela. And the president brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break. He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began.
The real questions you need to be saying to yourself is, what if President Trump was correct and they have been rigging these elections? What are we going to do as American citizens?
A firm owned by Venezuela could be allowed to take over one of this country's top voting machine firms. Venezuela, of course, led by Hugo Chavez, working to change the views of most South American countries, moved to the left. Critics of the deal say our nation's very democracy is now for sale, without anyone doing a thing about it. Kitty Pilgrim reports.
The use of some 19,000 electronic voting machines in the city of Chicago and Cook County primary on March 21st of this year is now under intense scrutiny. The U.S. company that makes the machines, Sequoia, was bought in 2005 by Smartmatic, a private company primarily owned by Venezuelan businessmen. When Chicago had problems with the machines, a dozen Venezuelan employees were there to help with the election. Chicago officials are outraged.
I think that American elections ought to be run by American companies and ought to be run by American citizens, not Venezuelan nationals.
Smartmatic is technically based in Boca Raton, Florida, but the president of the company, Jack Blaine, testified to the Chicago City Council. Fewer than a dozen Smartmatic employees work in Florida. The majority of the workers are based in Venezuela.
Could it be about democracy? Could it be about oil? Could it be about money? Yeah, drugs. All of these things can be true at the same time. But I'm telling you, President Trump told us that they've been rigging these elections. And I really think Maduro is going to sing like a canary.
I can hardly wait to put forth all the evidence we have collected on Dominion, starting with the fact it was created to produce altered voting results in Venezuela for Hugo Chavez, and then shipped internationally to manipulate votes for purchase in other countries, including this one. It was funded by money from Venezuela and Cuba, and China has a role in it also. We have staggering statistical evidence. We have staggering testimony from witnesses, including one who was personally in briefings when all of this was discussed and planned, beginning with Hugo Chavez and how it was designed there, and then saw it happening in this country. So, I mean, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of votes. President Trump won this election in a landslide.
If our election wasn't rigged, it was a rigged election, now everyone knows. It's going to come out over the next couple of months too, loud and clear, because we have all the information there.
And we're going to get to the bottom of the truth. And that's why President Trump's been wearing the Trump 2028 hat, because he's going to get another term.